What's up, everybody? We are live. We have a pretty fucking good card on Saturday. We got UFC 304. We got the rematch, Bilal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. Joining me is one of my buddies, Anthony. He's been on before. I think you were on for UFC 300, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. What's your favorite fight of this card?
Ooh. I'm gonna go pick a weird one here. I'm gonna say Giga Chikadze versus Arnold Allen.
It's a good card. A good card. It's a good fight. I feel like the odds are
Yeah.
kind of off. Allen's a pretty big favorite, but we'll talk about that later. Chikadze is still a top 10 guy? Like, what is he ranked right now? 8th?
I believe so. Eighth or ninth.
Do you think this is one of the best pay-per-views of the year?
This is definitely one of the strongest pay-per-views of the year. It sucks for UK fans because it's like at 3 a.m. for them. But yeah, it's a great pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. So without further ado, let's dive in this card. This first fight is pretty bad, but we're going to talk about it. We got Shanna Bannon versus Elise Ardelean. Who do you got in this fight, bro?
Dude, I've not heard of either of these fighters, if I'm being honest. This is minus 175 for Shanna Bannon and plus 140 for Alice. So I'm just going to believe the odds on this one. So.
Yeah, Bannon, she lost her debut to Bruna Brazil, and it was pretty much 30-27. You know, Brazil kind of just dominated her. And I think this chick fighting Bannon is like a TikTok star. That's what a lot of people are saying. Like, she just took the fight on like a week's notice. I forget who is Bannon supposed to fight. Let me check.
I don't remember. Yeah, Googling Alice. It says TV personality is like the first thing that comes up. She's from Romania.
Yeah, let me see who Shauna was supposed to fight. She was supposed to fight Ravian Oliver. I don't even know who it is. So this is a low level fight. I would not watch this fight. I mean, honestly, dude, Bannon's pretty hot. So I'll give her props. You know, she's a pretty hot chick. But I'm gonna pick her. But I don't know, man. Juice on a chick is kind of sketchy, you know. So we're both picking a favorite.
Yeah, this is that fight for your friend that always shows up 30 minutes late. This is so he doesn't miss anything important. So perfect.
Yep. So next fight, we'll go with Mick Parkin versus Lucas Brzeski. Who do you got in this one?
Parkin's actually pretty decent, especially for the weight class. I'm gonna go with him, and he's minus 305 versus Lucas's plus 242.
I feel like this might be a good parlay piece, especially at home. I mean, Mick Parkin's undefeated in the UFC, man. But the thing is, he hasn't really beaten anyone good. I mean, we just saw how bad Muhammad Usman looked last week. And Parkin fought a pretty close fight. He beat Jamal Pogue. And, obviously MMA math doesn't mean shit because Pogue went out there and destroyed Thomas Peterson. And then Thomas Peterson destroyed Usman. So, but I like Mick Parkin. You know, he's Aspinall's training partner. And, he has a pretty good jab. I think he's a dog, and he has good grappling. And Brzeski's pretty trash, man. I don't know if you've watched tape on him, but he got a lucky decision against Johnny Walker's brother. But Johnny Walker's brother sucks, man. That dude is fucking garbage, dude. That dude has no cardio at all. Brzeski has no takedown defense either, so I think McParkin can kind of grapple him. So I'll go with Parkin. I'm not betting him at huge juice. What are the odds? Did you say it?
Minus 305 for Parkin, plus 240 for Lucas.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it personally, but I can see like a popular parlay piece for Mick Parkin for sure, especially if he goes to scorecards. He's going to get to the decision, if it's close.
Yeah.
So next fight, we got Sam Patterson versus Kiefer Crosbie. Who do you like in this one?
Dude, so this is it's tied for the most lopsided odds in the entire card. So Sam Patterson's minus 455 versus Kiefer's plus 340, which is insane. And this is just UFC kind of, giving up layups to all the English fighters, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. I think Sam Patterson definitely is going to do better at 170 because you saw that one knockout loss against that jobber that's fighting Trevor Peak. Ashmush. Bro, he hurt him with it looked like a weak punch and he knocked him out cold. His last fight, he fought Johan, at 170, but Johan's probably the worst fighter of the division, one of them. I can't trust Patterson to minus 425 at all. I think Kiefer Crosby's kind of a YouTube boxer. If you Google that, like literally, if you Google him, that's what he is. He's a brawler, so I can see him knocking out Patterson, but he has no ground game, and Patterson's a really good grappler. So I think it should be like line more Sam Patterson minus 220, not minus 425.
Yeah.
But I'm not confident in betting Crosby just because he sucks. So I want to go with Sam Patterson with the finish, but I'm not confident at all. Next fight. Now, this is by far one of the best fights of the night, man. We got Manel Kape versus Muhammad Mokaev. Who do you got in this fight?
Dude, okay, so first of all, why is this fight on the early prelims now? So they switched it from main card to prelims and then now early prelims. But like you said, one of the best fights of the night. Manel Kape is a puzzling plus 138 right now versus Mokaev is minus 170. I know you disagree with that. I completely disagree with that, but we have a striker versus grappler matchup. Give me your thoughts on it.
Man, I just watched the Alex Perez fight, man, and I was not really impressed with that performance at all, Matt, for Mokaev. And I mean, I get it. You do got to score 29-28, Mokaev. I know the third round was close, and there were some media guys that scored the fight for Perez, but I mean, Mokaev was kind of controlling him the whole third round against the cage, so you can't really give that win to Perez. There's no way. And I don't think Alex Perez is good at all, and Perez was kind of boxing him up on the feet, man, and his takedown defense looked pretty good too, and I get it. We've seen Kape get taken down. You know, his debut was against a champ, Alexander Pantoja, and he lost a clear 20-28. But let's be real, man. There's levels, and I think that Mokaev has not fought that elite tier yet, and I think Kape is that elite tier. I feel like on the feet, it's a mismatch. I think Kape can hurt him pretty much wherever he decides to do, like on the feet, boxing, kicks. I think Kape's so much faster than Mokaev. I mean, dude, the advantage on the feet and the speed advantage for Kape is just levels. I feel like Kape's biggest red flag is if he's going to show up and make weight. I guess he said on Twitter, I just read it, that he's on weight right now, which is insane, with no steam room or sauna. So we'll see, because Kape's a huge fucking dude, man. I mean, I've seen him before in person, and the dude probably walks around like a 165. But like I told you, like texting the other day, I feel like at any dog money, I have to bet Kape versus everybody in the division. I think that he's the best fighter in the division. Yeah. I think he will be a champ, and I think he's a nightmare matchup for Mokaev. Even if Mokaev gets takedowns, I'm not convinced that he can lay on him or get him out of there. I mean, Kape has great takedown defense, a good get-up game, and I like his pressure. I like his left hook, and I just don't think Mokaev's going to be able to handle it. So I'm going to go with Manel Kape, and I think he's going to finish him. And that's my first bet of the night, 3 units, Manel Kape, plus 134. I feel like – oh, and I love his body shots too. I mean, dude, his striking is fucking nasty, man.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Kape when he was fighting over in Ryzen, and he's faced championship level pedigree 4 times in his entire career. This is Mokaev's pretty much first venture into the top 5, top 7 rankings. He's struggled a little bit with Alex Perez, and then he struggled a little bit with Tim Elliott too. Kape is nasty, dude. He's got nasty striking power at 125, which is rare. His cardio is a little suspect because of that huge weight cut. So I mean, there is possibility for Mokaev to lay and pray, wrestle him. But I think his takedown defense has increased tenfold since the Alexander Pantoja fight, and I think Kape takes this one pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't understand the line at all. The Tim Elliott fight was 2-0 Tim Elliott. I mean, Tim Elliott's a good grappler, but still, I just think the movement for Kape is going to give Mokaev a lot of problems. Kape's not going to, it's going to be hard to take down Kape. Kape's just going to be dancing around, and Kape hits like a truck. That's what people forget. I mean, Dos Santos, took a beating, but, Dos Santos is a good chin. Dvorak is pretty durable, and he took a beating. So I just think that these shots that Kape's going to land on Mokaev, I just don't know how Mokaev's going to be able to handle it, dude. I feel like going to the scorecards is going to be tough. I just don't see how Mokaev went, last 3 rounds. And this is a huge test, dude. So I'm going to go with Kape, for the finish.
Yeah. He's got a flying knee KO on his record already, too. Ode Osborne.
Yeah, he smoked him, dude. I think his best performance in the UFC, in my opinion, was either. I mean, the Dvorak one was so good because when he beat Dvorak was kind of beating a lot of guys up. I mean, Dvorak went out there and pretty much dominated Bruno Silva, and we just saw what Bruno Silva did last week. So, last fight of the prelims, we got the Welsh gangster Oban Elliot versus Preston Parsons. You know what, man? I've seen a lot of people on Twitter say that Elliot's a good fighter and all this stuff, and I don't know if you know him, but he's from Contender Series, and then he fought Val Woodburn last fight and went the distance with probably the worst fighter I've ever seen in my entire career. Val Woodburn took this guy down, and Preston Parsons, man, he's been around the UFC for a little bit, but he looked really good last fight against Matt Stamisberger. I mean, he went out there and pretty much dominated him, bro, from the start of the fight to then. 30-27, all three scorecards. He's a dog. He's pretty durable. He has great pressure. I mean, his nickname is Pressure. Preston Pressure Parsons. So I think that he's just going to go out there and do what he always does, pressure, and, throw in the takedowns. I'm a little scared if it goes to scorecards because I feel like they're going to definitely favor Elliot. But I like Parsons. Yep. At Juice, I'm kind of hesitant. I wish he was the dog. But, I mean, Parsons just fought a lot better competition. He's fought Mike Perry. He's fought Daniel Rodrigues. He lost to both of them, but he also has a win against Ignacio Bahamondes, and that dude's pretty fucking good, bro, for 55. So, and I was really impressed with Parsons last fight, dude. So I'm gonna go with Parsons. I think he's just gonna drown a guy like fucking Oban Elliot. And who do you like here?
Yeah, so I watched the Oban Elliot versus Val Woodburn, but there's like literally no recollection of anything that happened in that fight. It was a fucking snoozer. And based on that, I'm gonna go. I'll trust you on this one, Preston Parsons. Let's do it.
All right, man. First fight of the prelims. Man, this is pretty much a jobber fight, in my opinion. We got Modestas Bukaukas versus Marcin Prachnio. Dude, the line is getting crazy because it's almost a pick 'em. And man, I went back and looked in this fight, and I can see, honestly, both guys winning. I mean, the dog is Prachnio, and Prachnio is a weasel, but he knows how to win fights. It's weird. He's beaten Khalil Roundtree. His chin is trash, but he throws a lot of volume, dude. Like, he threw, 110 significant strikes last fight. He has good kicks. Like, that's probably his best asset, but he's just a weasel. And I just don't understand how he's winning these fights. Bukaukas, what scares me in this fight is if Prachnio kind of fucks him up with weight kicks, which he could, because we saw Khalil did to Bukaukas. So, but besides that, I feel like Bukaukas is the better fighter. I mean, I think Bukaukas has way better hands. I think Bukaukas has good takedown defense and probably the better grappling. So I think Bukaukas wins this, but I'm not betting this fight. I'm not confident, but I do think Bukaukas has improved a lot, and I think he's better than Prachnio. So what do you think?
Yeah, this is a weird fight. I'm just looking over Prachnio's shirt dog. He's got a loss to Sam Alvey. So that was when Sam Alvey was on that terrible streak, and he got a KO win over Marcin Prachnio. I completely forgot about that. But he has faced some adversity. Khalil Roundtree is a good win. He won against William Knight when William Knight just forgot to fucking throw hands in a fight. Lost to Vitor Petrino, which isn't terrible. And then Devin Clark's pretty ass, and that was his last fight in February. You've won pretty good money on Bukaukas too, so I'm surprised that you're betting against him on this one. But yeah, I probably agree with you on that one. I'll go.
Who did I bet Bukaukas? I'm trying to remember.
Oh, but no, he got screwed. Remember, it was like 29,
I bet him against Lord McCall, and bro, that was a highway robbery, man. I remember that.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, that was bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
bro, that was probably one of the biggest robberies I think I've ever had on a bet. We both were. I remember we watched that fight, bro. We
were watching that at your house,
bro. Bukaukas got fucking raw, bro. That was bullshit. And then he got cut, and then he came back. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but honestly, that's a toss up. I'm gonna go Bukaukas if he doesn't get screwed over in another decision.
His best win is Tyson Pedro, but Tyson Pedro sucks. But like I said, it's all about how they match up. I do think Bukaukas hits a lot harder than Prachnio. Prachnio's just kind of touch and no power.
Yeah.
Next fight, this is a good fight. We got Jake Hadley versus what was it? How do you pronounce it? Callan, Loughran,
Loughran. Yep.
Honestly, real quick before we talk about this matchup, I was more intrigued in the original matchup. I don't know if you knew who was fighting Loughran, but it was Ramon Tavares. And I mean, we saw what he just did against that dude on Contender Series. They fought like twice. Remember, they fought once in Contender Series, and then they did a rematch, and he beat the fuck out of him. So this is a weird fight because I will say this. Jake Hadley should be fighting at 35, dude. He's huge at 125. That's why I feel like his gas tank, and he cuts so much weight. I've heard stories this guy walks around like a 170, bro. So I think he's not even the biggest guy, but like he still looks so sucked in at 125. I feel like this is a good move for him, but this is so short notice, and I feel like Hadley's a better striker. I feel like that's 100%. If you watch tape on this fight, Loughran's a punching bag. You saw the fight with Lapis. He just got his ass beat, but he's a dog. And you watched this fight against Andrew Pacheco. I mean, that was one of the best fights I've ever seen. But Pacheco sucks. He has no fucking, he's just a punching bag as well. I think Loughran's takedowns, though, are going to be the key. We've seen Hadley already. I mean, I bet Durden against him pretty much dominated him on the grappling. Nascimento pretty much dominated Hadley on the grappling. I think Mitch Raposo, that jobber, even took down Hadley as well. So Hadley's jiu-jitsu is good. I'm not saying it's not, but he just has no takedown defense. So I think Loughran's just going to take him down whenever he wants. And I got Loughran for the win. Initially, I thought Hadley had, a chance. But, I mean, the line is tempting, but I just can't bet Hadley with really short notice against a guy that has good grappling. So I'll go with Loughran. What about you?
Yeah, so line on this one is pretty crazy. It's minus 225 right now for Loughran, and then plus 175 for Jake Hadley. Jake's on a 2-fight skid, but against Durden, which is, it's not a good loss, but it's understandable. Charles Johnson, which is, he's actually he's been on a tear right now, so I can't fault him for that. He's been talking shit to Peyton Talbot. I don't know if you noticed or if you saw that.
I saw it.
Loughran, and Peyton Talbot would fucking hit his head into the orbit, bro. It's crazy.
Talbot
why does he want that smoke?
Time. Yeah, Loughran's an idiot, bro.
So I have a feeling that I think Loughran's gonna win. I think he's gonna KO Hadley, and then he's gonna immediately call Talbot out. So that's my prediction for this fight. Oh, and for the rest of the card, it's stacked, like unbelievably stacked. Every single fight after this fight is amazing. So
yeah, yep, yeah, man. Speaking of bangers, you're gonna be shocked who I go with here, but we got to do it. We got Molly Meatball McCann versus Bruno Brazil, and this line is completely crazy. I mean, I think this should be a pick'em, 100%. And Bruno Brazil trains at Fight Nerds, which is probably one of the best camps in the world right now. I will say this: Brazil, man, what scares me about betting Brazil is that she's chinny. I mean, dude, she's a chick and she's been knocked out like 3 times. So that right there scared me because McCann hits like a fucking truck. But it's just so hard to trust McCann. Like, the age difference here is huge for Brazil. I feel like Brazil is so much more technical than McCann, but I do think McCann hits way harder. Grappling-wise, I feel like it's not even going to matter here. Like, I don't see how McCann's going to go out there and get takedowns here. Brazil, we've never even seen her, like, shoot. I mean, she's a striker. I mean, I don't even know who. I guess I'll say Brazil has a better grappling because McCann has no grappling. But this is a weird fight because Brazil is so technical and she makes fights boring. And I could see her winning, a decision, maybe finishing McCann. I mean, McCann's ground game is non-existent. It's a weird fight. I want to sit back and watch it because I can see McCann winning a robbery here, So I'm going to pick Brazil just because I just can't pick McCann, bro. She sucks. I get it, like she's fighting on the same car with Patty and the crowd, fighting at home. I can see her getting a win, but I'm just gonna pick the Fight Nerds. Dude. I'm gonna pick Brazil, but I'm not confident, and I don't think I'm gonna put money on her, but I'm gonna pick her to get the win. Who do you think?
Yeah, Fight Nerds is definitely one of the best upcoming camps. It hasn't really sustained its success for that long. It has no champions or anything like that. It has no ranked fighters or one ranked fighter in Cal. I think this is too big of a step up for Bruno Brazil. I'm not saying that Molly McCann is going to like destroy her. I don't think Molly McCann should be a minus 345 favorite. I think minus 150 would probably be closer to what I would put the line to. But I think Molly's actually going to steamroll Brazil, if I'm being honest. Just a bigger step up than Brazil's, used to. Brazil has 2 submissions, guillotine submissions on her record from, some minor league in Brazil called Chuto. But yeah, I'm going to go with Molly on this one. I think that line's way off. I agree with you, but I still think she gets the dub.
Yep. Last fight of the prelims, we got Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda. This is a clear-cut fight. I mean, the line indicates that I think Wood's like, minus 450 or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Pineda's that good. I mean, didn't Cub Swanson beat him? And I feel like that was recently, or am I wrong? Or did Pineda beat him? I'm trying to remember now. I know Feely was fucking him up on the feet bad, and then it was like a no contest. But Pineda, he's just old, and I don't know. I don't even know how he's still in the UFC, man. I feel like he's not. He's at the bottom of the division, and I think Wood's just going to piece him up bad. And Pineda has no cardio. I think Wood's just going to go out there and get a dominant decision or a finish, or possibly grapple Pineda. So.
Yeah, this is obviously when UFC ever hosts a certain country like the UK, they definitely give layups to some fighters. Nathaniel Wood is fucking good. He's a good fighter, and he's fighting a bottom of the barrel. Daniel Pineda, 28 wins, 15 losses. Lost to Alex Caceres in the last fight in June. Tucker Lutz, I don't even know who the fuck that is. This is his last win. In March 2023. Cub Swanson, I believe Cub Swanson's last KO victory is against Pineda. So, yeah, if Nathaniel Wood drops the ball in this one, then shame on him. But he's going to steamroll this guy.
Yeah. First fight of the main card, we got Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. And who do you got in this one, man? I mean, I'm going to let you take the honors since you said this is your most intrigued fight of the night.
Okay, so Arnold Allen's a striker mainly, but he's more well-rounded. Definitely he's got some wrestling now. Giga Chikadze, obviously, great kickboxer. He's been training over at King's MMA, which is about, 30 minutes away from where I live. Benil Dariush has been talking up his jiu-jitsu and his wrestling, but I think it's going to be a standing war with and then Dana White announced $100,000 bonus. Don't be surprised if this is one that gets $100,000 at the end of the night, fight of the night. And I think that Arnold Allen will win.
My betting app is not working right now. I want to check what the odds are right now on Arnold Allen by decision. I feel like that could be a good bet. I feel like it might be plus money, dude. I don't know if it is. I'm trying to find out, but Arnold Allen just isn't really a finisher, man. I mean, I get it. He finished Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker, let's be real. I mean, that dude should not be fighting at 145. And Arnold Allen was the underdog. I remember I bet him there. How is Arnold Allen the underdog versus Dan Hooker? I don't understand it. It's not working, but I mean, I'll let you know later and shit what it is. But yeah, I do think Arnold Allen fights close, but I think it's a good matchup for him. I feel like if he's smart, he's going to mix in the takedowns for sure because Giga's cardio is trash and takedown defense isn't really the best. I mean, Kater went out there and fucking took him down. Kater's a fucking striker. So on the feet, it's on the feet is close because Chikadze's not a lot of guys are better than Chikadze on the feet. Chikadze's a nasty striker, has great kicks. I think Allen has better boxing. I think Allen is really technical. I think Chikadze probably has more power, but Allen is a very smart fighter and has great fight IQ, and he's so durable. So, and his cardio is insane, dude. And you can't ever count him out of a fight. Look at that one fight; he was down on all judge scorecards against Masvidal, and then he tapped him out with that fucking choke. He's a legit black belt too. So, I'm gonna go with Allen. And he might be a good parlay piece, but I really want to see what the odds are him by decision. This just still not working, but So next fight, dude, this is a good fight, and it's crazy because let's talk about it. We got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Gregory Rodrigues. So I'm gonna be honest. Pre-tape, I was picking Duncan, and then I looked into it and I completely switched my pick. But I'm kind of hesitant and betting RoboCop because this is where I see it. If I had info, if I was, boys with Henry Hoof and I got a text from him saying, yo, RoboCop's going to grapple 100%, I would 100% bet him here because Christian Leroy Duncan's grappling is fucking non-existent. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I mean, did you not watch that Armin Petrosian fight? I mean, Armin Petrosian is a striker. And Petrosian went out there and fucking took down Duncan. So that should just tell you right there that if RoboCop fucking takes him down, it's over. I think he could easily fucking get a submission win. It's just, do you trust RoboCop grappling? Because he's a fucking brawler. And on the feet, it's scary because you got a guy who has heavy hands in RoboCop, but fucking Duncan is fucking technical as fuck. His reach, he's fucking huge. He is a great striker, like good sniper, good boxing. But look at the level of competition. I mean, he hasn't fought anyone besides Petrosian. The first time he fought someone pretty decent, lost. I mean, he's been fighting cans. He fought Ribeiro, can, Loughran, can, and now you're fighting RoboCop, who, I mean, he's chinny, bro. That's another thing too. I hate. He's tough and he gets in these wars, but he's fucking. You could knock this guy out, man. I mean, the dude's chinny.
Wait, you're saying RoboCop is chinny?
A little bit. I mean, go back and watch that Bruno Ferreira fight, bro. I mean, Bruno Ferreira fucking destroyed him, dude. I mean, he's been knocked out. What, 3 times, I think, in his career? 4? So,
yeah.
He gets in these wars. That's what I don't like about him. And it's tough because if I knew he was going to grapple here, I would 100%. It would be an auto bet. But it's just, like Duncan's fighting at home. And Duncan's a great striker. He's getting better. He was green when he came in. But, I mean, I feel like every fight he's looking a little better. So, I'm having a very tough time with this fight. I'm going to pick RoboCop to get the win just because I feel like he has that dog in him, and I think he's going to get takedowns, but I'm not 100% convinced. But like I said, if he gets takedowns, bro, he's going to win this fight easily, dude. So I got RoboCop tapping out Duncan, but I'm not betting it.
Yeah, RoboCop's, like, he looks old, but he's only 32 years old. He's just been in so many wars that I feel like he's got, like, 37-year-old body on him. Was KO'd by Bruno Ferreira, in January 2023, and Leroy Duncan, he was on a nasty KO and finish streak before that snooze fest with Armin Petrosian. I think he's going to KO RoboCop. RoboCop can be KO'd. RoboCop makes it dirty, which puts it in his favor, but Duncan's so technical that I think he finds a button pretty early on. I would say round 1 or 2 and puts him away.
What are the odds? He's like minus 130, right?
Leroy Duncan's minus 150 and RoboCop's plus 120. I actually agree with those odds. Those are pretty spot on just because Leroy Duncan's on like a nasty finish streak of it if you remove that Armin Petrosian fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I can't wait to watch it. But I mean,
Great
I feel like it could be one of those fights too where you could bet live. Because I actually feel like RoboCop has the better cardio, man. I really do. Duncan, we have not seen this guy out of the first round besides the Petrosian fight. And bro, he looked like ass in that fight. Petrosian dog walked him, dude. Like bad. Like Petrosian's a striker, guys, and he fucking took him down. And like Petrosian was just fucking picking him apart bad on the feet. So yeah, I'm gonna pick RoboCop. You're gonna pick Duncan. I'm not betting it, but I mean we'll sit back and watch. Next fight. Man, what a fight. And
great fight.
There's a few things I'm gonna say real quick. I mean, and before I dive into the matchup, we got Bobby Green versus Paddy Pimblett. I will say I'm a little nervous. I don't know if you know this, but Paddy said that, he's battling depression. And I got to give him a lot of props for saying that because, man, there's not a lot of people out there that have the balls to say shit like that. And I don't remember, someone was telling me, I think the last time a fighter said that he had depression, he lost. I think it was Randall Venata versus Jakar Close. So I'm a little nervous, man, because when I bet Paddy, I didn't know that he was battling depression. But, I mean, it could either be a good or a bad thing. I mean, who knows, I bet Paddy 3 units at plus 105. He's the favorite now. I think this is a great matchup. I think a lot of people still think that he's kind of a fraud and stuff. I will admit, I was not really sure how he was going to do when he came in the UFC, but he's been improving, I feel like, every fight. I know he had that close fight with Gordon, but this is a changing of the guard, in my opinion. I mean, you got a guy who's 29 years old in Paddy Pimblett, and Bobby Green's turning 38 this year. I mean, that's a nine fucking year. I mean, come on, dude. 9 years. Youth advantage is fucking huge. And on the feet, I do think Green is the better striker. I feel like he's more technical than Paddy. He has great volume, but I think Paddy has more power, and I definitely think Paddy can knock him out. I think Paddy's more durable. I think Bobby Green is chinny 100%. I mean, Jalen Turner just fucking destroyed him, and the dude's been knocked out like 4 or 5 times. And another thing that we've been talking about, texting, I don't think people realize that the grappling here is fucking levels above. Like Paddy is a fucking good-ass grappler. He's relentless when he wants takedowns. People just talk about the Tony Ferguson fight because, I mean, obviously I went back and watched that, and I was there live. I get it. He did pull guard against Tony Ferguson, but he got right back up, and then he fucking took him down. So, I mean, people are like, oh, you can't bet on Paddy because he pulled guard and all this stuff. I mean, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I feel like Paddy could pull guard here and then fucking wind up on top, but he's not going to pull guard against Bobby Green. Let's be real. But I think the only thing I'm worried about in this fight is the cardio, because I do think that Bobby Green has a little bit better cardio, especially in the 3rd round. I mean, Green just does not get tired. And we've seen Paddy get tired. I mean, Paddy was fucking gassed against Tony Ferguson, but he showed a lot of heart. He dug deep. I mean, he fucking was tired as fuck, and he still took him down and controlled him. I mean, Paddy is going to be a lot bigger out there, a lot stronger out there. And I feel like we might see his old grappling roots here. I think that D1 Paddy might be showing him this fight. So I think Paddy is just going to out-grapple Bobby Green whenever he wants, but I do think that he can knock him out on the feet as well. So another thing, I know I didn't bet or pick Molly, but, I mean, it's kind of hard to me seeing Paddy losing at home. I mean, the fucking crowd. I mean, this is a big fight for Paddy if he ever wants to get in that top 15. I feel like this is the trash talk, everything, dude. Paddy looks ready. And you saw that face-off today, man. Paddy looks like a weight class above Bobby Green. And I love both of them talking shit. But, yeah, man, I just feel like Bobby Green, I think he's on the way out. And I just don't know how he's going to win this fight besides a decision. I mean, he's not going to finish Paddy, let's be real. Paddy is fucking durable as fuck. So I feel like if this goes to scorecards even this close, I mean, they're going to give it to Paddy. So I got Paddy getting the win. Who you got?
So just to give you context to the mental health thing, he said he was having a terrible camp. Camps are typically anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks. He said about 3 to 4 weeks in, he said it was like the worst camp of his life. Then he turned a corner about 6 weeks ago, and apparently it's been a very good camp. He didn't get so super overweight in between camps this time, so I'm sure the weight cut is a lot easier on him. He showed up to the press conference today in a jacket, which was kind of alarming. That means that cut's getting pretty brutal. He's starting to get chills. That's just some bro psychology I saw while watching the conference. But when I saw the face-offs, yeah, he's huge. He's longer. Bobby Green's faster for sure. But that length is going to cause Bobby Green striking some issues. I think he's going to fake a takedown to get Bobby thinking about the takedown, and then his hands will start to fly after that. If he gets within I say half a body in range of Bobby Green, he's taking him down, taking him to the wall, and then subbing him. I think Paddy's going to win this one pretty easily. The only way I see Bobby Green winning is maybe by an out volume 29-28 decision.
Yeah, I can definitely see a Bobby Green, Drew Dober situation here where Green's piecing him up early and then all of a sudden one of those big shots just knocks him out. I mean, Green is known, man, to be a durable guy, but just lately, man, I feel like that chin's deteriorating, dude. And I just think that Paddy's going to catch him. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Paddy's boxing. And another thing, too, is not even the Jared Gordon fight, but go watch that Julian Erosa fight in Cage Warriors. I mean, that was a huge robbery, bro. Erosa won that fight. So if this fight's going to the scorecards, man, maybe even if me and you think it's 30-27 Green, they're going to give it to Paddy. So, I mean, that's another angle that, why I think Paddy's going to win this fight. If it's a close fight, maybe even if it's not even close, bro, they might give it to Paddy. But if this fight goes to scorecards, bro, Paddy's getting it, dude.
Yeah.
So, co-main event, we got Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blaydes. You like to talk all this shit, and, I mean, I deserve it when it comes to shit like this. I mean, I remember fucking one of the easiest bets I ever had in my entire life was when Curtis Blaydes fucking went out there and beat Tom Aspinall. I bet on Curtis Blaydes, and, I mean, that was fucking thank you. That was – I don't even know how that – I'm trying to remember now. I think they were striking, and all of a sudden, Aspinall just tore his ACL. He just, fell or something like that.
It was 20 seconds in, dude.
20 seconds in. 20. And a lot of people are picking Blaydes here. I mean, I get it. The line's crazy. But, I mean, is it? Like, is it crazy? Like me and you do agree that Aspinall is the best fighter in the heavyweight division, and I'm even talking about John Jones. I think Tom Aspinall is fucking awesome. I think he's fucking insane, and I just think he could take down Blaydes as well.
Mhm.
Like, let's be real. I mean, do you really see Blaydes taking down Aspinall? Maybe I see it, but like he's gonna get right back up. But I think Aspinall's gonna punish him, man. I think Aspinall's gonna knock his ass out in the first round. I don't think Curtis Blaydes is what everyone thinks he is. I feel like he's overrated and he crumbles in these big fights.
Yeah, the line's off for sure. Tom is minus 400. Blaydes is plus 295. It's not that big of a difference. And then heavyweight MMA is a different beast. You know, any one of those guys can get KO'd from, you know, a little punch. And Blaydes is durable. People say, oh, he's got 4 knockout wins. Okay, one to Francis. Or is it 2 to Francis? It's 2 to Francis. 1 to Derek Lewis.
One was a doctor stoppage.
Yeah, TKO because his eye was shut.
Yeah,
and that was his debut in the UFC against Francis Ngannou, which is crazy. And then who was the other one that KO'd Blaydes?
Pavlovich.
Yeah, Sergey Pavlovich when he was on his fucking like 6 first round KO streak.
Blaydes didn't even shoot. I don't even think one time. He's a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah. And Blaydes has heavy hands, but Tom ate a freaking nuke from Sergey Pavlovich and then KO'd
like
him.
Nothing. That was fucking crazy.
10 seconds later. So we know Aspinall's got a chin on him. And then their grappling basically cancels each other out. Tom's got better jits. Curtis has better wrestling, but I don't think Curtis is going to take this to the floor. I think he's going to grind it out against the wall, against the cage. You know, throw some punches here and there. Try and catch Tom as he's entering. But I think Tom's gonna be too fast. As long as his leg holds up again, I think he should toy with Blaydes for a couple rounds just to get some experience under his belt. I don't want him to get another first round KO, second round KO.
Yeah, man. I think the speed is going to be huge. I think Aspinall's way faster than Curtis Blaydes. Blaydes is so fucking slow, dude. So speed kills. Mm-hmm. Main event, we got Belal Muhammad versus Leon Edwards. Obviously, the first fight, you know, Leon Edwards went out there and won the first round pretty easily, in my opinion. I mean, all 3 judges, 10-9. But then we saw what happened with the eye poke. Who knows what would happen, honestly, man, because I feel like Belal's improved so much since that fight. And I think it's a good matchup. I think that this should be a pick'em, in my opinion. And I know you might say it's crazy because I bet on Belal at plus 200, 2 units.
Yeah.
But man, this is a good fight, and it really is because Colby Covington looked like complete garbage last fight, and he still fucking took down Edwards. I mean, that's a lot of people are acting like Belal is not gonna fucking let Leon fight how he always does. Belal's gonna be in his face for 5 rounds. Like Belal's cardio is fucking elite. Belal's a pressure fighter, and Belal has good striking too. I don't think Belal's gonna do what Colby did. I mean, everyone that fights Edwards, they don't fucking pressure. I mean, they do, but they don't fucking – they let him dictate the fight. I feel like Belal's not going to do that. Belal's going to be in his face. He's going to be fucking, you know, shooting takedowns and just pressuring, man. And I think that Belal's going to get a win here. I get it if it goes to scorecards. It might get hairy, but I mean, I don't think Belal's going to finish him. I mean, I'm not saying shit like that. If he finishes Edwards, that'd be fucking crazy. But I just think Belal's going to mix it up. I think he's going to go inside, get takedowns, control him on the ground. Because that's not – I mean, that's – be honest, do you think that's crazy? I don't. I think Belal could 100% control Leon Edwards on the ground. So, and I think that on the feet, I think Edwards is going to land. But, I mean, Edwards is just fucking – I feel like it's crazy because Nate Diaz rocked him. Barberina rocked him. I mean, you know, Belal could definitely land some big shots here, man. So, look at the Usman fight. I feel like Belal's a lot better than Usman, in my opinion. So, I think Belal's a better grappler. I think Leon's a better striker.
Wait, you said Belal's better than Usman?
I do. If they fought right now, I would go with Belal, 100%. Yeah, man. I think Belal's a better fighter than Usman, bro, for sure. So, you don't think so? I do.
So here's my thing. It depends on which Belal shows up. If we get the pressure Belal that we got against Sean Brady, he's got a shot. He's got a shot, especially if he mixes in some wrestling. But here's the thing, you know, Leon Edwards, his last 3 fights, well, I guess 4 fights if you include the Belal fight, you know, the first one, have been against cardio wrestlers basically. So he's got the 2 Usman fights His takedown defense improved in the third fight. Right, that second fight he kind of got controlled for the 3 rounds. He won 1 round on the scorecards the first round, and then he fought Colby Covington. Here's my issue with Leon is that he's so low volume. If Belal can get him down, can get a takedown, Belal could technically win these rounds. In the Colby Covington fight, Leon landed 65 significant strikes. That's a 5-round fight. That's 15 strikes per round, essentially, or 13 strikes per round. That's crazy. So, I mean, if it's close like that, if it's only 13 shots from Leon every single round, and Belal, matches maybe 9 significant shots, and then a takedown at the very end, a sneaky little takedown, he could win some. He could win some scorecards. This is not going to be a finish, guys. Like, this is, Leon's got 1 finish in his last 13 fights. Belal's got 1 finish in his last 9-10 fights. This one's going to decision. So it's whoever can persuade the judges in their cheeky way. So if Leon can do damage like he did in the first fight, then Leon wins. If Belal can match or exceed the low output from Leon, and then maybe get a takedown at the end of the round, there's a chance that he wins. And I think a lot of people are using the first fight as a prediction model for this fight, but you can't, because that Belal took that on 3 weeks' notice. Leon was supposed to fight Hamzat, and then Hamzat pulled out because he got COVID or something like that, and then Belal stepped in on 3 weeks. So while he did get pieced up in that first fight, I don't think it's indicative of what's going to happen in this fight. They both improved. Leon's takedown defense has improved tremendously. So it's going to be hard for Belal to get a takedown. But if he can, at the end of the round, even if it's for like 20 or 30 seconds, there's a possibility that he can win that round. I'm going to go with Leon. I think Leon's going to win this. But it's going to be a boring, decision, guys. It's going to be like a 49-46 or 50-45.
I think it's Belal's time right now, and I think that this is a good fight for him. I think takedowns are obviously how he wins the fight. If he doesn't get him down, he's not winning. But I do think that his striking is really good as well, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of counting him out with the striking. I think he's going to land more. He's definitely going to have more significant strikes. Belal's good boxing too, and good weight kicks. But like I said, he has to get inside. If he doesn't, he's going to lose because Edwards is just so technical and fights really good off the back foot. But I think Belal's just a dirty fighter. Or not dirty. My bad. I think he's a grimy fighter. He likes to
make it kind of.
He likes to make the fight dirty.
Yeah.
And his grappling's good, dude. And I mean, look at all the guys he's been beating grappling wise, man. I mean, and I get it. The Gilbert Burns fight, he got hurt, but still, he fucking pretty much dominated that fight bad. So, and Belal must be on steroids because this fool's fucking huge, bro. Like the dude,
his physique is fucking jacked.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about the elevator shit, because everyone's been talking about it, what do you fucking say about today? Because I feel like today was pretty sick. Edwards tried to fucking punk him and he didn't. So that was, you gotta admit, dude. He tried to punk Belal bad, and he looked like he fucking took the L because Belal fucking was right in his face the whole time. So that's what everyone always has their own little like, oh, Belal was scared in the elevator. I don't how like look what happened today. What do you think? What was your thoughts of today?
So I feel like it was an uncomfortable situation for Belal in the elevator for sure. Like he definitely kind of, if you want to say that's like the round 0 or the round before the round, then Leon won in the elevator. But then today, Belal won at the press conference because he didn't even flinch. So Leon's going in there. He's hungry. He knows this is his one shot. He's terrible on the mic. That press conference was fucking hard to watch because he's so bad. Dana White, he was looking at him from his podium. You could tell like Dana White's like, if this dude becomes champion, I'm gonna be so fucked because I'm gonna have to promote the shit out of this guy, and he's so hard to promote. But Belal won today at the press conference for sure. So it should be a good fight.
Real quick before we talk about our picks, real quick, dude, you know who's completely lost it, dude? Is fucking Volkanovski. Volkanovski said he would beat Belal, bro. I don't know if you saw that, bro. Did Topuria just fucking take his soul? Like, what is this dude fucking saying, bro? Like,
I didn't see that.
He's saying that he would beat Belal and he'd be an easy fight. Bro, be honest, man. Would Belal fucking mop the floor with him? Bad.
Belal probably weighs 198 pounds, in camp. Like he probably cuts 20 pounds. He would fucking murder Volkanovski.
I think he would knock Volkanovski out, which is fucking insane. But he knocked out Brady. I mean,
yeah.
So is Khabib gonna be in Bilal's corner, bro? Dude, I'm praying that Khabib's gonna be in Bilal's corner here because that's gonna be fucking awesome if he is. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I don't think he is. I think he's stuck in Russia right now. He's got some fucking tax issues and shit like that. So I wouldn't count on it.
Maybe Bahamund as well. We'll see. But I'm very excited to see the weigh-in tomorrow. And real quick, I'm gonna say who I have in every fight. Just want to recap and then do the same. So obviously I got Bilal, Aspinall, Patty, Rodrigues, and Allen. And then on the prelims, I got Wood, Brazil, Loughran, Bukaukas, and then on the early prelims, I got Parsons, Kape, Patterson, Parkin, and then the jobber Bannon. So who do you got in your picks real quick? What do we recap?
I'm going to go Leon, Aspinall, Patty, Leroy Duncan, Allen for my main card. For prelims, I'm going to go Nathaniel Wood. I'm going Molly, Loughran, Bukaukas, and then Parsons. For the early prelims, I think Kape, Patterson, Parkin, and then I'm following you on this first fight, Shannon Bannon. Let's do it.
So since you live in California and you can't, bet unless you bet online, if you were a betting man, if you lived in Vegas like me and, you looked at the odds, who would you bet on this fight right now? Like if you had one or two bets, or would you parlay? Would you do straight bets? Who would you bet on?
Straight bets, Manel Kape. I think that line is completely flopped.
So you think Kape should be the favorite? Because I feel like for me, if you bet Kape at plus 34, you're saying he should be the favorite, which I think, and you think so too. He should be the favorite.
Kape should definitely be the favorite. He's going to be the best striker that Mokaev has ever faced. His takedown defense is nasty, and Kape's got power, and he's got like a bitter hatred for Mokaev. So he's not going to take it easy.
I think he's only the dog because of what happened last fight. In my opinion, just because he missed weight. I mean, other than that, I don't know how you make Kape the dog. So
yeah. And then, honestly, I would probably do a parlay with one of like the super heavy favorites, like Nathaniel Wood, and then either parlay it with Sam Patterson or an Aspinall. Yeah.
Bro, you really want to fucking parlay a minus 425 Sam Patterson who has no fucking chin? Crosby's a brawler. Crosby sucks though. Like I would not take the dog shot on Crosby. I'm picking Patterson, but
so you're doing Nathaniel Wood and Tom Aspinall then? Because like heavyweight MMA is crazy, bro. Chris Blaydes could knock him out.
If I would do a parlay, I would parlay Arnold Allen and I would parlay Mick Parkin, both of them. And I think for a third, I would probably put in maybe fucking Loughran. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, maybe just Parkin and fucking who I told you, Parkin and Allen.
Yeah, I don't trust Molly either. I don't think she should be a fucking minus 345 favorite. Like, so her in any parlays is just playing with fire.
Yeah, I mean you could put Wood in that parlay, but I mean it's gonna be like barely. It might not even be plus money.
Yeah,
the 3-8 parlay. But all right, man. Fucking, I can't wait for Saturday. It's gonna be a good card. Yeah, dude. You'll fucking come on my show again whenever, man. I mean, usually you like to go on pay-per-views and stuff. So the next pay-per-view you'll come on for sure.
The major numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to say, man, before we go?
Yeah, I think so. We're doing this right around midnight, West Coast time. I believe weigh-ins are starting right now because they're 9 hours ahead of us.
Oh shit! So, we're talking about like the stare down's gonna be like in the next couple hours or what?
No, like they're like fighters are weighing in like right now.
Oh shit! We gotta see.
Because it's Friday. It's Friday morning over in England right now. They're 9 hours ahead of us, so it's about to be 9 a.m., which I think is, so some people could have weighed in already, basically.
Well, that's what I want to hear because I mean I want to see fucking Kape hitting that scale, man, because that's huge, bro. We it's really fucking big for fucking Kape making this weight. If he doesn't make weight, I don't think Mokaev's going to take the fight.
So, I wouldn't either.
No. But, all right, guys, we're getting out of here. Please like and subscribe. And, yeah, man, we'll be back next card. Corey Sandhagen versus Umar, man. And dude, the line's getting, bro. I don't know if you know this, but Sandhagen's like plus 180 now. I think at one point he was like plus 400. So a lot of people are betting Sandhagen.
I think Umar's hurt.
Huh?
I think Umar's hurt.
Hurt?
Yeah, Sean O'Malley said that he doesn't think that he's going to make the fight. So I think he's hurt.
Honestly, man, I think I'm gonna bet Sandhagen, dude. Something's telling me he's gonna get it done, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how. I feel like it should be a pick 'em. I mean, I get it. Umar's I don't know. Something's telling me that fucking Sandhagen's gonna get it done. His grappling's improved a lot, dude.
He's got nasty striking, dude.
Yeah, and it's at the Apex. Or no, it's not. It's in fucking Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And real quick, bro. Elvis Brenner season. I'm telling you right now, bro. I like Joe Alvarez, bro. I do. He's a good fighter. But Elvis Brenner is going to just go out there and just fucking make it a dog fight. I don't know if Joe Alvarez can handle a dog fight, bro. Elvis Brenner's a fucking brawler, bro. That dude's fucking crazy, dude. Elvis Brenner's going to go out there and knock his fucking head off, bro, in my opinion. So, but we'll see. Joe Alvarez is good, though, for sure. But that's a good fight, bro. Those are two guys that are right outside the top 15. It is. But, all right, guys. We're getting tired. We're getting out of here. Peace out.